Hey guys, right here I have a 2017 Proton Saga 1.3 Executive. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. The third generation Saga still uses a hydraulic rack and pinion power steering system, but it is quicker and lighter than before with a tighter turning circle. The steering wheel on the Executive does feature sport grips at 10 and 2 as well as gloss grey highlights on the spokes. The Saga is available with your choice of two transmissions. A 5-speed manual is standard on the standard trim, while a continuously variable transmission or CVT is optional on the standard trim but is the only choice for the Executive and the Premium trims. A CVT is an automatic transmission which does not have fixed gear ratios. Instead, it has a limitless amount of ratios that allows for a smooth drive and better fuel consumption. This transmission does have a low gear mode. Front and rear parking sensors are standard across the range. In terms of safety, the Saga Executive comes with 2 airbags, anti-lock braking system, electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, an alarm system with immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the outer 2 rear seats. As usual, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. With the Executive trim, the Saga gets 14-inch Snowflake Y-spoke alloy rims wrapped in Silverstone Cruiser 1 NS800 tyres that measure 185/60 R14. The brakes are ventilated discs in front and drums at the back. For the suspension, the front has McPherson struts, while the rear comes with a torsion beam setup. Proton's first ever model when it debuted as Malaysia's first car manufacturer back in the 80s was the Saga. As a new manufacturer, Proton had to look for a base for its first car, so it entered a joint venture with Mitsubishi Motors and based the Saga off the second generation Lancer Fiore Saloon. The first generation Saga was in production for around 23 years under various facelifts and special editions, before it retired to make way for the second generation model. The successor to the original model was an in-house effort from Proton, using Proton's own engines and design while riding on a stretched version of the platform used by the Proton Savvy. The second generation Saga was in production between 2008 and 2016 with 2 facelifts, one in 2010 called the Saga FL and another in 2011 called the Saga FLX, before being replaced by the third generation model in 2016. The third generation Saga is based on its predecessor's platform, but the exterior has been completely reworked and the interior has been heavily revised. The engine has also been tweaked so it is more powerful and more fuel efficient compared to the Saga FLX. All third generation Sagas are powered by a 1.3 litre, dual overhead cams, 16 valves, naturally aspirated inline-4 petrol engine with variable valve timing and multi-point fuel injection. This engine produces 94 horsepower at 5,750 rpm and 120 Nm of torque at 4,000 rpm. With the CVT, 0 to 100 km per hour takes 13.1 seconds onto a top speed of 155 km per hour. The fuel tank is 40 litres and the fuel consumption for the Saga 1.3 CVT is 5.6 litres per 100 km when travelling at 90 km per hour. The Saga is a front-wheel drive vehicle. The third generation Saga was launched in September 2016. 4 variants are available for sale: 1.3 standard manual, 1.3 standard CVT, 1.3 Executive CVT, and 1.3 Premium CVT. Exterior features of the Saga Executive include halogen reflector headlights, front and rear fog lights, front and rear parking sensors, indicators on the side mirrors, body-colored door handles and side mirrors, black B-pillars, and a rear spoiler.
Speaker, bottle holder, storage, mirror controls, window controls. All of the windows in this car are powered, and you do have your window lock right here as well. Pull this lever to release the boot lid, and pull this lever to release the fuel flap. The driver's seat in this Saga Executive does get full manual adjustments. This lever controls your seat back, this knob controls your seat inclination, while that lever down there controls your seat position. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how she revs. The Saga does get very simple air conditioning controls, with all of the controls located right down here. You do have your fan speed in the middle, temperature to the left, recirculation and outside air to the right, and down below you do have your air conditioning button. Storage, cup holders, and a power outlet. Your fog light buttons, central locking, rear defrost, and your parking sensors. A bit of storage below the head unit.
The Saga Executive comes with an integrated head unit with various media connectivity options and 4 speakers for the sound system.
must say the stock sound system available in the Saga is actually quite decent. It is a simple head unit to use. You do have your CD player right above. The CD player is MP3 compatible, eject button for the CD player, your USB port, auxiliary port, your seat track buttons, your adjustment button, display button, volume wheel. You hit this button to bring up your FM AM menus, or you can also select iPod. The power button also acts as your different media selection button, so you do have your FM AM, CD, auxiliary, USB, Bluetooth audio streaming and iPod connectivity. Hit the sound button and we can bring up your sound system settings with your bass, mid, treble, balance and fader. You do have your on hook, off hook buttons right here, and right here you do have your 6 customizable stations. There are no controls on the steering wheel, but behind it, on the right stalk, you do have your wiper controls, and on the left stalk, you do have your light and indicator controls. For the display right here, you can go between your mileage and trip meter. The steering wheel in this car is tilt only. You adjust it using this lever right here. A bit of storage, and you do have a couple of USB ports right here for charging. Manual dimming, rear view mirror, and the driver does get a sun visor. Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now and continue with the rest of the tour. Window control, bottle holder, speaker. The rear seat backs in the Saga does fold down. They actually fold down in one whole piece, and to do it, first push the buttons right here and right here. Then grab the seat backs and flip the whole thing down. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is actually quite a lot of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for legroom, I get about this much. And I do get about this much in terms of headroom. It is actually not that bad back here. The seats are nice and comfortable. You do get cutouts on the front seat backs that help with a bit of legroom. And also on the front seat backs are storage pockets. Right above, you do have grip handles. And your rear interior light is right up there. To gain access to the boot, you can use the lever inside the cabin that I showed you earlier on, which pops the boot lid open, or you can use the key, insert it into the hole right here, twist the key and lift the boot lid open.
The boot in the Saga measures 420 liters. If more space is needed, the rear seat backs can be folded down as shown earlier. Under the boot floor, there is a bit of storage and the vehicle's spare tyre and jack.
The rear doors open quite wide and an almost 90-degree angle, which does aid entry and exit into the rear seats. Adjustable headrests for the front only. The rear headrests are fixed. Window control, bottle holder, storage, and a speaker. The front passenger seat does get full manual adjustments as well, with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, just that the front passenger seat loses out on the inclination adjustment. Decent glove box size. Grip handle for the front passenger. And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2017 Proton Saga 1.3 Executive. Thanks for watching and goodbye.